Record it. Okay, Super Saturday recap. So shout out to everyone who watched it, and then double shout outs to people who attended a watch party or who hosted one. I know Nicole hosted a watch party. I think Amy hosted a watch party. And you guys saw that I was at corporate. And I have to tell you, so I think they're going to keep doing this for Super Saturday because we were talking to corporate. And let me just stop real quick here. We were talking to corporate because a lot of the teams did big team retreats. Like there was a team that had 70 people in a cabin in Pigeon Forge for, let me see. Oh, Heather hosted it. Yay, I didn't catch that. That's awesome, Heather. She hosted it for your whole team. That's great. But there were some people that were able to plan ahead and do really big team retreats. Because remember, Super Saturday used to be something that corporate went to many different cities to host. If you guys remember that, if you've been around for a while, and then COVID hit and they went totally virtual. And then last year they did this, you can come to Scottsdale or you can do it virtual. So we weren't sure what they were doing. So I was talking to some people at corporate, and it's funny. I think now because people want connections so desperately, they're going back to more in-person things. So what they said is people can plan to come to Scottsdale, and they're going to start getting bigger and bigger facilities if we want to be there. I will tell you that there were less people in Scottsdale this time. The room was smaller, which is why they sold out versus last year. But I think it would be fun to do a team retreat in January around Super Saturday in Scottsdale, because there is just the energy of visiting corporate that is just like an IV shot in the arm for your business. So keep that in mind for next January. They did say they will continue with Super Saturday. So let's get here to the recap. So a lot of things happened at Super Saturday this year. As you guys know, it's a training. It's kind of the yearly kickoff for training. And then convention in June is our big, huge event where they usually announce lots of new things like products and incentives. Whereas Leaders Retreat is typically more training, but we had about 8 different announcements happening. So we're just going to go through those real quick. And if you guys have any questions, just unmute yourself or put it in the chat. So let me make sure I'm recording. Okay. So the first thing we did on Friday, why is this not going back? For the people who were there, they had a Plexus open house. It was so fun. So you could go into corporate, into the main office and get a tour. And you also could go to the Plexus store. So like Sarah Taylor and I both needed block, and I didn't want to pay for shipping. So we went in the Plexus store and got some block, and there were people in there stocking up on their products so they don't have to pay shipping. And they also were stocking up on t-shirts and all the My Plexus print stuff. They have it in the store. They had samples. Anytime you go into corporate in the lobby, they always have the pink drink in a big, huge jug. Then outside, I'm sure you guys saw the pictures. Hopefully you were stalking other people's stories. But outside, they had tents set up for all of our product lines, and they did a Plexus bingo. So at the end of your tour, you went to all the tables to learn about all the lines, right? So they had like a reset. They had a family nutrition. They had weight management. They had all the people that you got to meet from corporate, all the scientists and the coaches and everyone out there. And when you completed your bingo card, then you got to go spin that big wheel. And it was so cute. There were several people that brought their kiddos to this open house because they had food trucks. They had fun photo ops. They had this big blow up, it was like a putt-putt course, but it was like a blow-up putt-putt course, which is really fun. They had fire pits. They had couches. They had a DJ. And so they were even letting all the little kids spin the wheel for free stuff. They were giving away like fuzzy Plexus socks and water bottles and all kinds of My Plexus print stuff. So that was really, really, really fun. And they had this cute little Plexus Roadster out for photo ops, which is one of their kind of cars that they have, which is fun. And the van was there and the bicycles. And so just anytime you get a chance to go to corporate, if you can make it happen next year, I just really recommend it. And just being around that energy of everyone, man, it was really like a shot in the arm. So that was Friday. And then you guys know we got into Super Saturday. And the big news is the clinical trial results for Reset. Okay. So up until now, we have only been able to say things like, on average, you can lose maybe 6 pounds, right? But now we can definitively say people will lose 5.3 pounds in 3 days. And it burns belly fat specifically, and people lose 1% body fat in 3 days. Guys, this is a big, big deal. It's not just like, oh, you got lucky, or some people, this is their clinical trial. And it's also a big deal because we're not required by anybody to do clinical trials, but we put in the money and the effort and the funding and the initiative to do clinical trials on our product. So that 1% body fat is a really big deal because it tells you it's not water weight that people are losing. They're losing 1% body fat. And so when you see people like me and Emily Roberts and Holly Roberts in Canada and all these people who are doing monthly resets, and we are continuing to lose weight, it's that 1% body fat that is compounding. Which is why we keep losing it and we're able to keep it off. So that was a really big announcement. They did that right at the beginning. So I don't know if everybody caught it. People were still coming in and out of the room. And of course, they had Victor Antonio as the host. He probably will be the MC again at convention. One thing Victor said that I didn't realize, he has been with Plexus since 2012. And I didn't know that. I thought the first time he had been with Plexus was like whatever that first Vegas convention was, like 20, because he wasn't in Phoenix in 2015. So I was thinking 2017. But so Victor's been around for a while, and he just is really great to get the energy in the room. I love that corporate talked a lot about being a leader in the gut health space. Because listen, we are often imitated, and it's going to happen more and more. And I know it kind of bugs us at first, or it drives us nuts. Like, there's that company, guys, who just this summer came out with a pink drink. They weren't even original enough to come up with their own flavor or their own packaging. It looks just like ours, but we're never duplicated because we have been in the gut health space for over a decade. We're coming up on 15 years, and we want to be, and they're forward thinking, they're always thinking 20 and 30 years out, our executives, when they make decisions. We want to be the go-to for gut health and weight management, and we want to lead the way in supporting a healthy microbiome, whether it's your skin microbiome, your gut microbiome. And so that was really, really good to hear, and just a good reminder that, like, hey, corporate does see when people imitate us, but it's going to keep happening. I mean, if you turn on the TV and you're not streaming, because I don't have cable anymore, so it's rare for me to see a commercial. But when I do have commercials, like when I was at my parents' house over Christmas, I am shocked at all of the commercials that mention microbiome, probiotics, or prebiotics. Dog food, lotion, everything is jumping on the bandwagon. But you can be confident that Plexus ain't jumping on a bandwagon, right? Like, we built the wagon. We have been in this space a long, long time. And so Triplex, of course, is that core, but then you want to start and regularly layer in that reset to really help that microbiome. And then, talk about other products from there, but that's really kind of the core when it comes to that gut health. Another thing they announced, which he kind of said it off the cuff, I thought this should be a much bigger deal, is that they are improving the flavors of the bone broth and the Restore. And so I know people who love those are probably like, oh man, they're going to change them. But the majority of people do not. Like, the majority of people are gagging on the bone broth. And a majority of people have issues with the Restore. So they're improving the flavors. That's going to start coming in February orders. So I have like 1, 2, 3, I have 4 reset boxes in my office right now, because whenever they had that big sale, I stocked up. So I am still going to be drinking the yucky bone broth for the next 4 resets, but starting in February, that's when the new flavors are going to come. And the thing I want you guys to realize about this is that corporate listens to the field. They listen to their customers. When people submit things and give feedback, whether it's through the suggestion box online or whether it's through a survey, they are paying attention to that and they are righting the ship. It's amazing. In fact, my first experience with them doing this was in 2015. I'm going to get off on a quick tangent really quick here, guys, but I want you guys to really realize the impact that our feedback has on corporate. So my first convention was in Phoenix in 2015. I wasn't even sure that I was going to work this business. I was almost gold at the time, and I was really hesitant to go, and I was really judgmental before I walked into that room, okay? Well, leading up to that convention, for some of you guys were around, they were teasing up this new product, and the marketing was like, is it a plant? Is it a fish? Or something, right? It was really weird. And so the big announcement at that convention was Mega X. Mega X was the brand new product. People went nuts, okay? I'm sitting there in the audience. Alec Clark is on stage talking about Mega X. Within 20 minutes, you can hear the murmurs, right? Because they gave us all a bottle. And so you can hear the murmur go through the front where the jewels sit, and then you can hear the murmur go through the crowd. And within 20 minutes, somebody comes on stage and says something to Alec in his ear. And he says, okay, guys, give me a second. He goes off stage. He comes back. And I want you guys to know, like when they announced a new product, they brought all of the inventory to convention so you could buy it then. It wasn't like get online and order it. They physically brought all of the Mega X inventory to Phoenix for us to buy, okay? He comes back on stage and he says, listen, we hear you. We see that there's carrageenan in this. And even though carrageenan is made from seaweed and it's a plant, we understand that carrageenan is an inflammatory and that you guys don't like it. So I'm telling you now, we are pulling Mega X from the shelves and we are reformulating it to take out the carrageenan. That happened within 20 minutes of a launch. I mean, so the fact that a company listens to us and does that is a really big deal. And so improving these flavors, because they could have just said, like I've been telling my people, suck it up, right? But enough people, a majority people had that feedback, and so they improved it. So it's a really big deal, even for those of us who maybe love the flavor and didn't understand why they changed it. It's such a big deal that they listen to their people, okay? So the big announcement, though, for this new product was a Smart Snack Mini, and it is a limited time offer. And so, but they did say, I don't know if you caught it, but they did say that if enough people love this and sales are good, they will keep it as a permanent product in our line. So the reason, and I have them, mine came today. If you didn't see me and Adelaide do a live taste test on the team page today, go to the team page and you'll find it. I show the texture and I did a close up and we tasted them. But so snacking is something everybody does, right? And the snacking industry, so when Plexus goes into something, they don't go in willy-nilly. They didn't do this because everybody loves the snack bar that's in the reset, okay? They did this because snacking is like an $80 billion industry, but there are hardly any healthy snacks, okay? So this is not supposed to be a protein bar, right? You can go find protein bars if you want to snack on those. This is actually supposed to be just a healthy snack, okay, that your kids are going to want to eat or you are going to want to eat. They're 80 calories, 5 grams of protein. There are not many snacks out there that actually contain protein at all, right? What kind of snacks are we grabbing? We're grabbing like chips and crackers, and kids are grabbing cookies and granola bars. They don't have protein in them, okay? These have 5 grams of easy to digest protein. A great source of fiber. So people who count macros are really liking these. 1 gram or less, it depends on the flavor, of added sugars, low sodium, low cholesterol, and of course they are gluten-free, non-GMO, no artificial flavors, colors, or sugars. And the other thing, guys, it's a low glycemic index food. So people who are trying to lose weight, women who have a hormonal imbalance, people who are diabetic, pre-diabetic, everyone should be eating low glycemic index foods because it doesn't spike your blood sugars. And that's what these little snacks are. So they announced them. Today's the last day of the sale. So they come in a variety pack of 9 bars. You get all 3 flavors: lemon zest, chocolate fudge brownie, blueberry almond. And then right now, ending today, you can get 3 bags for $50, which is regular 3 bags for $60. So I actually did do what you said, Nicole. I got 2 3-packs, and then I needed a day serum and I needed a block, and that was enough to get me free shipping. And then one of these free Plexus frothers. I go through these like crazy. They like burn out or something. So I got this because I wanted a backup. They're really good. I really like them. I thought the blueberry almond was going to be my favorite. The lemon is actually my favorite. The chocolate fudge brownie, if you've not had it, it tastes like a brownie. It does not taste like you're having a protein bar. The lemon cookie doesn't either. The blueberry almond tastes kind of like you're having a Kind bar. You know, those Kind bars that a lot of people eat? Those don't have any protein either. Which these have a 1-up on those Kind bars. It kind of tastes like that though. Blueberry almond tastes more like that. Lemon tastes like a lemon cookie. And that chocolate fudge brownie is full of chocolate chips. Go watch my live because I break one in half and it's full of chocolate chips. Adelaide loved it. So that was kind of their big announcement. And then more regular permanent products are always announced at convention. They used to never announce new products at Super Saturday. In fact, they were on such a schedule before. It was always like Super Saturday is when they announced Leaders Retreat. No, what would they do? Convention is when they'd announce a product, and then they'd announce Leaders Retreat. And then at Leaders Retreat, that's when they would announce another product, and then they'd announce the next convention or something like that. So the fact that we get all of these kind of pop-up new limited edition things is pretty fun. Okay, the big thing that I'm most excited about, like the smart snacks are great, but man, I'm excited about Share a Cart. This, guys, is huge. So basically, you can share, once you've been chatting with somebody, you can go ahead and load their cart for them with the coupon, and then you send them the link, and all they have to do is put in their information, their credit card, and check out. Oh my gosh, hallelujah. Because no matter what they say, our website is still hard for people sometimes to navigate, right? And they don't know the language like we do. We're like, click join. They're like, huh? Pick out a welcome pack. What? Enroll as a VIP. Huh? Right? So while corporate is trying to still streamline that and literally make it like Amazon, in the meantime, we have Share a Cart. And I'm excited. In fact, I will tell you what somebody said today. I said, hey, so we've been chatting back and forth. I've already recommended products. She's given me others that she wants to try. We've talked it through, and now she's just like sitting, right? She's not ordering. And I said, hey, listen, I am going to go ahead and load your shopping cart with the items we talked about, the welcome pack. I'm going to go ahead and load the coupon, and then I'm going to send you a link. All you have to do then is check out. She was like, oh my gosh, that would be great. I still have my business that I have to do, and I have to shop at Sam's and go to Walmart. I'm helping a friend with a long distance delivery. So it would save me a lot of time. Thank you so much for your thoughtfulness. Okay. So guys, this is a game changer in terms of follow-up. Now, it only works when you've already talked about their products, right? You don't want to lead with, hey, I put together your cart. That's going to be creepy. Okay. So it's already a great follow-up tool for this. And I'll tell you, yes. So we tried it, Brittany. So like when after they announced it, Sarah Taylor and I, we tried it. And I don't know why corporate doesn't have the field test stuff like this, but we already tested things while we were there, and we were like, Share a Cart doesn't work. Like you couldn't choose the flavors of the slim and the welcome pack, and you couldn't do certain drop downs. Well, all those kinks have been fixed. You can customize flavors. You can customize the products. You also don't have to do a welcome pack. You can fill a cart with individual products. Okay. And then, so all you do, there's the screenshot here. I recommend everybody, just like Brittany said, like just try it right now. Get on your phone, go to plexusworldwide.com, log in. Okay. And click shop. And then scroll down to the bottom and click welcome pack. And then choose what welcome pack you want. And then see that little share button? In fact, when I was sitting in Super Saturday before they'd announced it, I went ahead and ordered the snack minis, right? Like as they announced it, I ordered it. And I noticed where it said share your cart, it had that little share link. And I was like, wonder what that is. That's new. So it was already there. So click the little share link. After you've added it to your cart, after you've put in the coupon, and then you just copy the link and send it to them, and it's all loaded and it's all ready. And you can go through and you can customize which slim flavor, which hydrate flavor, which lean flavor. So that's really, really, really great. Yeah, that's a weird one, Brittany. I would try that one again. I would make sure she followed these screenshot captures. Because the other thing too is you want to make sure you click that share. You don't want to go so far as to like actually add it to your cart, right? Because see right here where it says, would you like to share this product directly into a cart? You want to copy the link. So anyway, let's try it again because I heard today that all the kinks were worked out, but that doesn't mean there aren't more kinks that we haven't figured out. The other thing, if you did register for Super Saturday and you have those coupon codes, you have 3, it's for free enrollment and 10% off because you can't stack codes. So they went ahead and gave us the SAM 2020 10% off because they knew we'd be like, hey, we want to stack codes. So free enrollment and 10% off for 3 people. So use those this month and earn your Boot Barn card to either get a new pair of boots, or Boot Barn has all kinds of stuff. If you don't want cowboy boots, they have all kinds of other boots and things there. So, and then Valerie Burton, I had not heard of her. One of her books, she's written several, but her most popular one is Successful Women Think Differently. A couple of teams have actually already done it as a book study. So I thought that was pretty cool, but I really liked her. So she went through like self-coaching as a success skill, basically being your own coach and your own self-starter. And she went through kind of what that looks like and questions to ask yourself. And she, said first you want to define success. So like success is more than just knowing what your goal is and then what steps to take. And this really hit home. She said it's actually managing the fears, the habits, and the distractions that actually keep you from being successful. And so I think that's where a lot of us, I know myself, can kind of fall off, is that you let all of that stuff distract you. So then she talked a lot about a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. And I tell you, had she asked me before her talk, I would have said I was in a growth mindset, 100%. But when she told that story of how when she like dropped out of school and was like, yes, I'm going to the academy or something. I don't remember what it was, where like her path was set and she was all over it and she wanted to be successful in that. And she said that was a fixed mindset. I was like, oh goodness, maybe I do have a little bit of a fixed mindset. So it was really good. Like, what do you need to give yourself permission for? What's the opportunity in your current challenge, right? Like how you explain your success and your failure predicts kind of how you think. And so I really thought she put an interesting spin on fixed versus growth that I hadn't heard before. And she said, right, like stop obsessing about what's going on. Stop trying to fix your weaknesses. Stop obsessing that people have quit. Stop obsessing that person ignored you, and just start building on what's right and focus on when you're at your best and how could you leverage your best strength to reach your most meaningful goal. And then she talked about you don't have to just think positively, but you have to think accurately and really increase your thought awareness, because a lot of us go into goal setting and we don't really think realistically, and we, when that happens, then we get stuck. And so what are we saying to ourselves when we're talking about that's keeping us stuck? And one of the things, she didn't mention it, but I just talked to somebody a couple of days ago, and it was actually the coach, Steve and I are working with a communication coach, because after 20 years of marriage, we either needed a therapist or a coach, and we went with a coach. But she was saying how you know, a lot of people are like, oh, I want to get out of debt, get out of debt, get out of debt, get out of debt. Like, that's why I'm doing this business. Get out of debt, get out of debt, get out of debt. Well, guess what happens when that's all you say? Get out of debt, get out of debt. You're actually inviting more debt in, because that's all you're saying is debt, 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 debt. And that's kind of what she was talking about. Like, what are you saying to yourself about your goal, about your current challenge? And is that moving you forward or keeping you stuck? Are you saying like, man, okay, I can't get people to get silver. I can't get silvers. I can't get silvers. I can't get silvers. Or I want to learn to get silvers. I want to learn to get silvers, right? Are you putting that spin on it that's keeping you stuck? And then she talked about goal fatigue. I think all of us suffer from goal fatigue. And it's just like setting a goal and not hitting it, or setting a goal and hitting it and then not even celebrating that and going right to the next goal. And then she talked about happiness as a success strategy. Happiness triggers. She had us all smile, because like you can't even fake the feeling of happiness when you smile, because it's the muscle and the brain connection. And then she talked about, you know, what is that kind of growth gap that you need to reach your vision. So I thought she was great. I went and I downloaded her free course. And I thought it was really, really good. So I'm going to schedule some time to do that on my own. You guys can do that too if you really connected with her. I really liked her. And then we talked about growing your business. And I hope you guys didn't tune out. I hope you heard. It was when Melissa Eichenhorst got up and spoke with a girl on her team. I think her name was Laura. Laura has been in this business like as long as I have, 6, 7, 8 years. But she got stuck at a rank. But she was a massive recruiter. She was the one who, like most people, recruit 20 to 30 new VIPs a year, and she was recruiting like 80 to 100 new VIPs a year. And I wanted to be like, Amy Morton does that too. But I didn't say that from the audience. I was like, yay, go Laura. But she wasn't growing her business. She was recruiting the heck out of these people, but she wasn't growing her business, and she wasn't turning over new silvers and creating leaders. And so they talked about the 4 pillars of the mindset you need in this business, right? You can't just recruit. You can't just retain. You can't just duplicate, and you can't just be a leader. You need all 4, right? Like, I can't be a leader leading calls and helping people develop if I'm not also recruiting. Okay. And I can't recruit people and then duplicate them to recruit new people if we're not retaining them, or if we're not growing leaders. So you need all 4 of those for the mindset of growing your business. And some of the things we know, right? Like, think big. It's that fixed versus growth mindset that Valerie had talked about. Be coachable, become your own leader. But they really, really honed in on getting to events and making it your goal every month, every quarter, to develop a new gold, and getting your butt and their butt to gold school, and then going to gold school with them, and then guiding them toward rubies on the rise. And gold school is so powerful that is what flips the switch for people to become a leader, to help develop leaders, and really catch the vision. And so that's all that girl did, who started recruiting, who was recruiting like crazy, but couldn't figure out how to get people to share and get people to do the business and get people to duplicate. She made it a goal to start getting people to gold school. And I think now she said her goal is 3 every single month, which if you're recruiting a ton, that is totally doable. But if you're like us and we're not in heavy momentum right now, you may just want to be like, you know what, this quarter I'm getting a new level 1 gold, right? Or I'm getting a current level 1 gold, and we are going to the next gold school. So if you are watching this, or you're watching the recording and you have qualified for gold school and you haven't gone yet, get there. Like Steph, my level 1 qualified. We were supposed to go to California. Life got in the, well, we were supposed to go to Nashville. Life got in the way for her. She's got 5 kids. She's all the way out on the West Coast. And then we were supposed to go to California, and life got in the way. So we are ready for the next one. But get there and make that a goal. And it actually makes the business so easy when you know that's all you have to do to grow your business. Find the one person and help them get to gold. So I really, really, I like that. Sorry. Sorry, Junior League messages. So I really, really like that. And then the convention contest. I don't know if you guys were surprised by this. I was surprised. I wasn't expecting the convention contest this year, but they announced it. They backdated it to January 1st. So anything you've done from January 1 all the way through April 30th counts for convention contest. And then I love how they structured it this year. So the first thing I want to say is everyone needs to get to convention. That's one thing they talk about, events, events, events. And this is another big event. It's a big corporate event. So really, it's just so good to be around corporate and hear from them in person and just feel that energy. I know a lot of you guys are already registered for convention, so I hope you're planning to go. It's in Nashville. It's in June. But between now and then, if you're just working your business, you can earn all of these prizes. So here are the prizes. $50 for the convention store, $100 travel voucher, $200 Plexus One card. I'm not sure what that is, actually. I thought I knew, but now that I read that, Plexus One, I don't know why that didn't call it like, I don't know if it's Plexus Print or if it's just like a Plexus Visa card. I have to look that up. Does anybody know? Has anyone looked at the FAQs yet? And then winner's dinner, which, hey guys, winner's dinner is easily achievable. I think last year we had like 25 people earn winner's dinner. Before that, we've had like 50 people earn winner's dinner. And this year, winner's dinner, they actually bought out the Wild Horse Saloon. It is the hottest place in Nashville. If you look it up, it's always like in the top 3 places to see in Nashville. And so they, oh, yep, sorry. So they bought it out just for Plexus. Sorry. Which I'm excited about. And then you, after that, you can earn a $500 travel cash voucher, $750 in cash, $1,000 in cash. And then the top prize is the Black Tie Gala. I don't know who the entertainment is. Sometimes they have entertainment at Black Tie. Like I saw Michael Bolton, he came and performed for us when I earned Black Tie one year. So, or sometimes they don't have any entertainment. It's just, you know, just as fancy gala. They give you gifts. It's really awesome. But the way you earn it this year is super simple. You earn credits on your levels 1 through 4. Okay. If you earn the monthly prize, like the boots or the North Face jacket or whatever the monthly prize is, you earn credits. And if you help your levels 1 through 4 earn their monthly prize, you earn credits. Then you also earn credits for individual signups, right? So if you have one person sign up with a welcome pack or 100 PV, you get 20 credits, and that goes all the way down to your level 4. So, you know, it's helping people grow. And it's helping new people grow when they tie it to that monthly prize. So they've not done that before. It's usually just been on straight up recruiting. But I love you're getting credits for recruiting, but then you're also getting additional credits on top of that anytime somebody earns the monthly prize, which just helps incentivize it helps incentivize the contest. Sorry, I was reading your chat. Yeah, so I'm really excited. Nashville is a super fun town. We have been begging corporate since I started in 2015 to do something at Nashville. For those of you guys who have been around, you know that Leaders Retreat used to always be held at a Gaylord Hotel. And so every year we wanted Leaders Retreat to be at the Gaylord Opryland, and it never was. And I think it was supposed to be Nashville, wasn't a couple years ago, and then it got canceled because of COVID. So I'm really excited to be in Nashville. I booked my hotel when I was in Columbus at convention this year. So hopefully you guys have already done that. If you're not sure, we can figure out lodging. We always get people rooming together. I'm probably going to be by myself again. It's really hard for Steve to take off work now. He used to always be able to go to convention, but it's just harder now with his work and someone watching Adelaide. So I'll probably be by myself. So I'm probably going to need 3 roommates already. I actually looked into renting a loft in Nashville, but they're few and far between in terms of where the actual training is. But hopefully you guys get there. It's going to be fun. We always have a big team party. So I can't wait to see how many people are in Nashville this week. Yes, you're right. It was supposed to be in 2020. So, okay, Kristen. So as we get closer, we will put up a thing for people who need roommates, and then we will, figure out who's going to room with who's got rooms, who needs rooms. And the way the Hyatt works, I know the reason I always book it is because you can always cancel up until like the day before. So a bunch of people book rooms, and then some people are like, oh, I don't need my room. Who needs my room? So we always are able to figure it out. So I'm really excited. And then just in terms of events, this is saved on our team page, pinned under the featured. But just so you guys know, like, this is the save the date for 2023. They put that out like last year. I mean, months and months in advance. So, Super Saturday already happened. Block your convention dates. If you're going for Emerald by July, block Mexico. I know Nicole is going for it. She's going to be in Mexico. So block your dates, September 9th through the 14th. And then everybody, if you want to go to Leaders Retreat, it's back this year. Block your dates. And the rumor is that everybody is eligible for Leaders Retreat. So those of you guys who have been around, you know that Leaders Retreat used to be for everybody. And then the year they did the cruise and the year they did San Diego, jewels weren't allowed, which I thought was great. I loved it because they could only fit so many people on the boat. And when I didn't want jewels taking up spots. But this year, wherever it's going to be, they haven't leaked it yet. They'll probably announce it at convention. But wherever it's going to be, it's got enough space for everybody to earn it. And guys, Leaders Retreat is always fabulous. It was so cool last year. Nicole and John, they were there, they earned it. And we spent a day at Epcot with our kids. It was so great. It was in Orlando last year. But this year, November 2nd through the 6th. So you got to mark it on your calendar, right? And then as soon as the save the dates for 2024 come out, those will get posted and you can get those on your calendar. So that was it. That was kind of the Super Saturday recap. I went over a little bit longer, in fact, a lot longer. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, and be looking for posts because now our next event is Nashville, and that's what we're all going to be kind of well, actually, our next event is our team retreat. We technically have 2 spots left. The house sleeps 14, 12 people are coming. We technically have 2 spots. We're going to be in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Got an awesome cabin. Brittany on our team now has cabins in the Smokies, and she gave us a great deal. Not Brittany B, Brittany J, Brittany Jenkins. It's got a movie theater. It's got a game room. It's got a hot tub. It's got a pool, or a heated pool. So I'm really excited. That's our next event. But then we will be looking at convention and looking at roomies and figuring that out. Okay. All right, guys. See ya. Bye, friends.